Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padam Bhujanmane Savila Samaha Moha Graha Grasaika Karmane. In this Panchabhuta Viveka, we are in the last quarter, so to say, out of 109 or so verses. We are in the 77 now. The concept that has been established so far, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, in which the nature of existence is the only reality. Everything else is unreal, as it is said in Tattva Bodha. Atma ekaha atma eva nityam tat vyatiriktam sarvam anityam. And that is being established here. And in the 77th verse we saw, evam akashi akashamityatve sat sat satyatve cha vasite nyayena anena vaivādehi sadvastu pravivicchatam. As we see that existence that is there present in all alone is the satyasya satyatve akashasya mityatve. The appearance of the akasha is only the Maya Krita. Therefore, when it is clearly then understood, and Nyayena Anena Vaivadehi, in the same way, rest of the elements also, Vayu Adehe, meaning air, etc., Sadvastu Pravivicchata, separate the existence from all other elements which are also the product of Maya. Continuing in the verse number 78, he says, Sadvastan ekadeshasta Maya tat traikadeshata deshagam Biyat tatrapi ekadesha Gato vayu prakalpitaha Sadvastun ekadeshasta Maya tatrekadeshagam Biyat tatrapi ekadesha Gato vayu prakalpitaha. By nature, the pure existence is all-pervading because space is limited compared to existence. Sadvastu ani ekadeshasta. Nyat ekadeshasta. Na ekadesha. Na eka. Nyeka it becomes. Ekadeshakaha means that which is, ekadeshastaha means it is in one place. a limited. Na ekadesha. It is not in one place. That means what? All pervading is the presence of the existence. Maya tatra. Tatra means Brahmani. Maya indeed is not the entire Brahman is filled with Maya, which we have seen earlier also. It is not Brahman is fully occupied or fully have become filled with the power of Maya, and Brahman has become the Ishvara. No. A part of a Brahman alone has been appearing as Ishvara, who controls the Maya, who creates the world. World means the entire creation, universe. That's why Bhagavan says, Ekamshastena sthido jagat. Bhagavan is only an Eka Amsha of the Bhagavan. Bhagavan here means Brahmans, Eka Amsha alone, this whole universe. In the 15th chapter today morning also we were looking at it. Uttama Purushastu Anyaha. When it is said Uttama Purushastu Anyaha, Anyaha means Vilakshana. Aupadika Rupena Ishvara Amsha, Ishvara Rupa. Ishvara is Aupadika Rupa, Brahma is Nirupadika Rupa. So a part of the presence of Brahman alone is appearing as Ishvara, meaning which is none other than the one which is having Maya as its power. Therefore, Maya itself is only a limited part of operation of Brahman. In the entire existence, the role Maya plays is only a very limited part. Therefore, Maya tatra ekadeshakam. Now, ekadeshasta Maya, ekadeshakam vyat. Vyat is what is next line. Vyat. Ekadeshaka Maya, ekadeshagam vyat. Satvastuni ekadeshasta Maya and tatra ekadeshagam vyat. In the massive, all-inclusive presence of the Brahman, the Maya is only a part. Even in that Maya, the space is only a part. Vyat tatra ekadeshakam. Tatrapi, even in that, ekadeshagataha vayuhu. And even in the space, Vayu is not completely occupying space. That is also a portion only. Meaning, if you understand Brahman as all pervasive existence, Maya is a part only. In that Maya which is a part, space is only a part of Maya. In the space also, only a part is Vayu. Even in the Vayu, only a part is fire. In that fire, only a part is the water. In the water, only a part is earth. A part, not a part. A part, a portion. So it keeps on getting limited. So, ekadeshagaha vayu prakalpitaha. In this way, one should understand that. Now, let us look at our own physical body. Even though I am present in the entire body, my eyes are only a part of me. That's why it's called anga, right? A part of me is only the eyes, nose, ears, tongue. So if you see that a part alone plays a particular role only, it cannot do everything else. What others are doing, it cannot do. Similarly, Brahman as pure existence and Maya as a part of it cannot play the role of Brahman. Similarly, space, which is part of Maya, cannot play the role of Maya. Much less it can play the role of Brahman. Even though space is invisible and Brahman is also invisible, they cannot be equated. We can only say, like space, Brahman is invisible. Like space, Brahman is all pervading. It's only Akashavat. It is only for the sake of example which can give us the understanding clearly. That is all. So, space being limited, and that very limitation we should understand that it is not Brahman. Now, you see, if you take air for example, it has got its own peculiar qualities which you do not find in space. And what is in space cannot be found in air also. So that is what it is said in the next verse. Shoshasparsho gatirvegaha Vayu dharma ime mataha Trayasvabhava sanmaya Vyomnam yete bivayugaha Shoshasparsho gatirvegaha Vayur dharma ime gataha Trayasvabhava sanmaya Vyomnam yete bivayugaha. Shosha and sparsha. Shosha means to dry up. What is that the air can do? It can dry up the moisture. If the water is there, it can completely dry up. So that is the quality which is found in air. Sparsha, touch. When it is air, you can feel it in your body that there is air, or feel it in the nose that there is air. Can you feel the space that way? I am feeling space on my body. You can't. Sparsha is the peculiar quality of air. Gatihi, movement. Vegaha, the speed. Vayur dharmaha. These are all the properties of Vayu. Ime mataha. These are well known. The qualities like Shosha, Sparsha, Gatihi, Vega. These are all the qualities of the air. Plus, you have two more. What are those? Three more of the qualities of existence, Maya, and Vyomni. It also has the qualities. So you see, Brahman Satswarupa, Maya, the cause of all the various elements, and Vyoma, it is because inside the space only the air can move. So just like space, it can have the extensive movement or spread. That quality of spread is there found in the air. But space has got its own peculiar quality which is not found in air. We'll see that here. The peculiar qualities of air are enumerated here. And then there is existence. Obviously, air also exists. And it is also creation of Maya. Therefore, cause it must be present in the effect. And also, it is subtler than or part of space. Therefore, air has got space as its support. So, this analysis is important because none of the 5 elements can be considered as equal to Brahman. And each of those elements are considered to be limited than the previous one. That is the reason why he gives the qualities of air as independent of space. Now, when we say the air is there, we mean that in the next verse he says, Vayurasti sadbhavaha Sato Vayau Pratakrate. निस्तत्वरूपता माया स्वभावो व्योमगो ध्वनिः वायुरस्तीति सद्भावः सतो वायौ पृथक्कृते निस्तत्वरूपता माया स्वभावो व्योमगो ध्वनिः वायुः अस्ति. We know that air is. Like any other object is, air is. Vayuhu asti. It is sadbhava. That astitva of Vayu is the Brahman there. And sato Vayo pratakrate. When we separate that sat aspect of it from the Vayu, from the air, Vayoho pratakrate, when it is removed from, what it will become? Nistatva rupata. It becomes absent, which is called Maya Swabhava. Maya Swabhava is, we have been seeing this again and again, Maya Swabhava is not there, but there is an appearance. See, appearance should be understood as non-existent but appears to be existent. Again and again I make this point, it's not temporary existence. See, there is a difference between temporary existence and appearance. Now, can we say on the rope there is a temporary existence of snake? Can we say that there is a temporary existence? Where is the existence of snake? When we see this snake on the rope, where is the existence of the snake? Outside or inside? Swamiji, it is inside. Good. So to remove the snake from the rope, what you should do? Beat the hell out of it. Out of what? Out of the rope. Poor thing, rope has kuch nahi kiya hai use. In one of the churches outside there was a board. Come to our church, we'll get the hell out of you. That's very interesting to say. Now, when the snake is seen on the rope, will you punish the rope for it? You only the creator of this snake. No. Because if you say there is a temporary existence of the snake, then rope must be the cause. But there is an appearance only of the snake, then my mind is the cause. No, apply this in your life, you will understand this. If I am upset about someone, and we always think that person is responsible for that. We don't take the blame, saying that perhaps that is the way I am thinking. We don't give the benefit of doubt at all. That person is the cause of the problem. Why not you put it the other way around? Perhaps I am thinking like this. No, the danger of that is people, they may say, Swamiji, if we look at the world like that we are the cause of the whole problem in this world, then we get depressed. Inferiority complex will come, Swamiji. No, we should not do that. When Arjun found that the whole thing is a problem in front of him, what did Krishna do? Change the army. Change the people around. Did he do anything to the battlefield? You are thinking about something which should not, you are worrying about something you should not worry about. What is it? That you are imagining things. So similarly here we should understand Maya kahan se काम करती है. Maya Jagat. Do not have this misunderstanding that Maya is doing the work outside. Mm. It is doing the work from within. It's so interesting. And Dakshinamurti Stotram begins with that, right? Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nija Antargatam Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahiriva. You are seeing this as though it is happening outside. Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahiriva. Atmani Maya, due to that this Maya, you are seeing that as though it is happening outside. As much as a dreamer feels the entire dream experience is happening outside, right? He feels that he was running and he was going and he was all those activities that he is taking place in the state of dream, it appears to be happening outside him as though it is real outside. But only upon waking he comes to know that nothing happened outside. Now extrapolating the same thing, इस जगत में ये जागृत अवस्थायाम अपि सर्वं यत् अनुभवति पुरुषः जीवः तत् सर्वं अंतर एव. But that is very, very hard for us to digest. Swamiji, difficult. Difficult to understand and difficult to practice this. Sab antari ho raha hai. But slowly we must, when we recognize this, you know what that means? Karma sannyas. ये अंतर ही जा रही क्या कर्म करने से कोई बदलेगा क्या? कोई परिणाम होगा? Any transformation take place? बही काम करने से, really, I mean, outside when you are doing the action, inner transformation does not take place. Only when he realizes that, then he will stop that. Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanah nirvedamayad na asti akritah kritena. Akritah, uncaused, kritena karmana na bhavati. Nastya krita kritena. Tad vijnanartham. So akrit ke, what is uncaused, meaning always there. Tad vijnanartham saha gurumeva vigachet. Coming back here. So, here it says, Vayuhu asti iti sadbhavaha. Sataha vayoho sataha. From these vayus, air, sataha pratakrite. When this existence is removed, Nistatva Rupa Maya. Maya Swabhava. Nistatva Rupa. Non-existent. What is finally left behind is none other than the nature of Maya, which is of the nature of absence. Now the sound that is, if at all, the air has got a sound. It is not the air's property. It's a borrowed property of air from the space. When the air is moving in the space, you hear the sound. That sound is not the property of the air. Sound is the property of the space. Because the air is a part of the space, it has acquired that property. Its own qualities are what? Shosha, Sparsha, Vega, Gamana. A borrowed property, Dhvani. One more borrowed property, Astitva Brahman. Another borrowed property, Maya. It has the qualities of Sat, Brahman. It is a quality of Maya. It is a quality of space and its own qualities. Okay, so what else further? No, this then immediately the Purva Pakshi raises the question. I have a doubt here. What is your doubt? Sato nuvritti sarvatra vyomno neti preritam. No, pureritam. Okay. Vyomanuvrittiraduna katam navyahatam vachah. Satonuvritti sarvatra vyomno neti pureritam. Vyomanuvrittiraduna katam navyahatam vachah. Earlier you said all things are endowed with existence. All things. In the verse number 67, it is stated by you. We'll read that 67 here. Binnevi atsati shabdha vedanu buddhesha vedadaha avabuddhi. Vaivadishu anuvrittam sat. Nadu vyometi vedatihi. That all things are pervaded by Brahman. But that is not the Akasha. Akasha does not pervade everything. So, that is the difference between space and Brahman. Brahman as pure existence is present all over, everywhere. Satonuvritti sarvatra vyomnaha na iti. But not space. Iti pura iritam. Pura in the past, before, iritam is spoken or stated by you. Now you are saying Vyoma anuvrittihi vayuhu. Aduna, now you are saying Vyoma, space also is supporting the air. You said that only Brahman supports everything, but now you are saying air is supported by space. Katam na vyahatam machaha. Why are you contradicting yourself? So that means the Brahman also pervades everything. Space also pervades all of them. Is that correct? Then what you stated earlier was wrong then. No. You have not got it right. The objection is very finely done. You are right. You are very alert. The teacher would say, hey, you are very alert. You are not taking anything for granted. You are catching me at this point. That means you are listening. You are thinking, not only just listening, thinking. See, many of us only just listen. We don't think. That's what today morning also saying. He said that Bhagavan Krishna says, this Shastra which I gave you, 15th chapter, he says that is Guhyatamam Shastram Uktam Maya Ye Anaga Etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakartasya bharata. Thinking this, then you will become wise. Buddhva na shrutva. That is, by listening you don't become wise. Listening you will still remain otherwise only. Buddhva buddhiman syat. And when you become buddhiman, what is the quality of a buddhiman? A man of wisdom? Kritakritya. Fulfilled. So you are thinking, therefore you are asking this question. Good. Yes, Brahman alone pervades all, not the space. Now you have said that, so you are objecting, that you are saying that I have stated that space is supporting and in which the air is present. So therefore, space is enveloping the air, or air is enveloped by space. So that's your objection? Yes. Okay. Let me clarify this to you. Chidranuvrittirnetiti purvoktiraduna tviyam Shabdanuvrittire vokta वचसो व्याहति कुतः छिद्रानुवृत्तिर्नेतीति पूर्वोक्तिरधुना त्वयं शब्दानुवृत्तिरेवोक्ता वचसो व्याहति कुतः. What we mean by this is chidra. Chidra is actual meaning is a hole, an aperture. And space is really speaking a massive hole. Because only in a hole, a cavity, you can fill things. Think. If a thing is already filled, can you fill anything on that? If a bucket is filled with water or filled with full, up to the brim there is mud, sand, whatever, can you put anything there? So what is space? A massive cavity. Because of the very massive cavity that it is, that we can fill up with anything that we want. All the planets and all the galaxies and everything is filled in what? In that massive hole. It's very interesting. That's why it's very holy. Now you see, science is always wondering about the nature of space. Let us look at it this way. If there is a massive cavity, and in that cavity there is a hole, what happens to that? Let us say you are getting into a cave, okay, into a cave. And as you get into the cave, it's a dark, no doubt. And in that cave, as you are entering and going inside, and you fully have you gone inside, and there is another hole in the cave. That hole leads to where? What happens when you go through the hole? You will disappear from this cavity, right? That is called black hole. This is not what I am saying. This is not what I am saying. I met with a physicist who explained to me this. In that hole, the cavity in which you enter, and then there is a hole, and through that if you go, then you are not part of this entire existence. Meaning in this entire visible existence. You disappear from the scene. You are there but not seen. Why? Because you are entered into probably another big hole there somewhere else in the next cave. Anyway, well, let's not go into that part of physics now here. But if you understand space as a large cavity, chidra, and because of it being a cavity, it can provide space, accommodation. And anuvrittihi na iti. That ability to provide, accommodate, which is the nature of the space, is not found in the air, and therefore we said that space is not pervading all other elements, because its peculiar quality of accommodating, space giving, avakasha swarupa, is not found in air. Therefore it is not concomitant. Whereas existence, Brahman, is not absent in any one of them. Akash mein hai, Vayu mein hai, Agni में है, जल में है, पृथ्वी में है. Whereas Akasha Swarupa, Avakasha Rupa, Dharma, which is found in Akash, is not found in any one of them. Therefore, Brahman is all pervading. Compared to that Brahman, Akasha is not all pervading. That is what we explained. Chidranuvrittineti iti purvoktihi. And aduna, but now, to indeed, imam shabda anuvrittihi. But the quality of sound which is found in space, eva ukta vayu, in that vayu it is there. Vayo asti iti. Shabda dharma of space is found in vayu. That is what we stated in the previous verse. So that way, the quality of space as sound is found in air, and all of them also. Fire also has got sound. Water also has got sound. Earth also has got sound. But the peculiar quality of the space called avakasha, that is found only in space, and therefore to that extent space is limited. It not pervades everything. Whereas Atman as pure existence is found in everything equally. That is the reason why we have said space is all inclusive, but Brahman is all inclusive, but space is not. Shabdanuvrittihi eva ukta vachasaha vyahati kutah. There is a contradiction then now. But the Purvabhaksha won't leave. Wait. Let me have another objection here. Nanu sadvastu partakyat asatvam chettada katam avyakta maya vaishamyat amaya mayata apino. Nanu sadvastu partakyat asatvam chettada kadam avyakta maya vaishamyat amaya mayata bino. See, when it comes to Nyaya, it is a school of philosophy by itself. There are 6 schools of philosophy in India. Parallelly, they were present. Sankhya, Vaisheshika, Nayayikas, Vedanta, Yoga, and the interesting one, Charvak. Charvakas are this completely materialistic. So the school of philosophy called the Nayayikas, the logicians, very, very strong. See, their method of inquiry is very interesting, as also some of the theories of Nyaya is also taken up in Veda. Vedanta includes some of the, what are the best, it will pick it up. Sankhya also picked up. Yoga it picked up. So they pick up what is best and then use it for their own establishing their theory. Now you see, here, it's a typical question of a Nayayika here, because those people who are logicians. You say, no, wait. Before we proceed further, you see, you said from the air, Vayu, when we separate Brahman existence, Satvastu Partakyat Pratakratena Satvastu Pratakratena Asatvam Vayoho Asatvam. When the Brahman pure existence is separated from the air, then air becomes non-existent. Right? Air becomes non-existent. Tada, then if you say like that, then avyakta maya vaishamyat. Now, if you understand that it is non-existent, but Maya is also non-existent. Avyakta Maya Vaishamyat. But it is different from the unmanifest Maya. Maya by nature, earlier you says, Swarupena Maya Avyakta Rupa. But this Vayu is not Maya. Vayu is having a quality like Visa Shosha, Sparsha, Gamana, etc. Vega, etc. So, if you say it is non-existent, if the existence is removed from the Vayu, it becomes non-existent, but it is different from Maya. So then it is not unreal like Maya then. Amaya mayata abhi na. It is neither Brahman nor Maya. Brahman is existence, air is not. When the Brahman is removed, air becomes non-existence. But it is not Maya. Because Maya is avyakta. But air is experienced. Air is experienced or not? Yes. Maya is experienced? Are you experiencing Maya anywhere? Anybody has seen? Anybody felt Maya? I can feel air. Do you feel air, Maya? Nowadays, Swamiji, after reading Vedanta, I am now feeling Maya everywhere. You know Maya, not feel. Like air, do you feel it? Huh? So air can be felt. Maya is not felt. So it's different from Maya, and that means if it is different from Maya, that means avyakta is the nature of Maya. Different from it means what? Air is what? Vyakta. That means what? It is existence. It is true. So air is real, Maya is not. Maya is unseen, air is unperceived, air is perceived. So it is different from Maya means it does not have the quality of Maya, which is Maya of the quality of non-existence, and therefore different from it. Air must be existence. Air is real. So he is trying to prove that you concluding everything in this world as of the nature of unreality except Brahman. This is the way logicians work. You see that? So Vedanta is thought about it before itself. You cannot fool me now. You come anyway around, I will have an answer for it. Okay, you have argued when I remove existence from air, it becomes non-existence. But it is not non-existence like Maya, because Maya is avyakta, unseen, whereas air is perceived through senses. Therefore, air should be considered as a perceivable existence. Wait. Don't go too far away. Let me explain to you. Nistatva rupataivatra mayatvasya prayojika sa shakti karyayostulya vyakta vedino nistatva rupataivatra mayatvasya prayojika sa shakti karyayostulya vyakta vedino. Avyaktatva actually. Vyakta avyaktatva vedino. Right. There's a mistake in it. typing. Yes. Now when we take a Nistatva Rupata of the Maya, Maya is by the nature unreal. And being a product of Maya, air also is of the nature of unreality. Nistatva Rupata eva atra Mayatvasya prayojika. Because the effect should have the quality of the cause. Maya being the cause of the space, air, etc. Therefore, the nature of unreality which is of the Maya is also found in air. But when we take the Maya as a entity, Maya sa shaktihi karyayoho. The power and its power is Shakti and then Karya. Karya is the effect. Maya Shakti Karyayoho Tulya. Common indeed. What is that? One is Maya is Avyakta, whereas effect is Vyakta. The difference is only that. The difference is Maya Swarupam which is there in the air makes it of the nature of non-existence, while being an effect it is subject to be perceived. Otherwise the world would not exist. The world will not be perceived or experienced. The experience of the world is possible only because the effect of Maya is perceived. Now let me give an example. Have you seen your vasanas? No. Have you seen your thoughts? I can feel it. No. So, vasanas in our causal body is causing the various thoughts in our mind. Only when it comes to our mind, as thoughts and feelings and emotions and ideas and opinions, we are able to perceive it. But why it is called Karana Sharir? Karana Sharir is Karana Sharir because it is Karanam. Sharir is a Karanam. Sukshma Sharirasya Karanatvat Karana Shariram iti uchate. So it is being the cause of the Sukshma Sharira. And Sukshma Shariram Sukshmam Kasmat Sukshmam Vidikatyate. It is called Sthuloho Abhi Sukshmatvat. Because it is subtler than the gross body. And therefore it is Sthula Vidikatyate. So, Karana Sharira is the Karanam for the Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira is Sukshma because it is imperceptible by the body. Body cannot perceive the mind. Body cannot perceive the thoughts. Body cannot see the emotions. Right? Therefore, Sthula is always incapable of understanding or knowing Sukshma. Though Maya in the form of avidya is present in us as Karana Sharira, but as a Karana Sharira, we have no comprehension of what it is. Only when it becomes a vritti, Antakarana vritti, we are able to see. In the same way, Maya as a avyakta, only the effect is perceived. In that way, even though it has the same quality of asatvam, Maya swabhava, but being an effect, it is capable of being perceived. That is the difference between the Maya and its Karya. Maya and space, air, fire, water, earth, etc. are perceived or experienced, while Maya by itself is remaining as Avyakta. Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shakti Anadya Vidya Trigunatmika Para Karyanumeya. Karyanumeya. Only the Karya we will come to comprehend. That is to Anumeya. Na Pratyaksha. It can only infer. Sudhiya eva Maya. By the pure intellect, it can be perceived through the effect. That is the difference between Maya and its Karya. See, when we are in deep sleep, Sushupti Avasthayam, kya ho raha hai, what is happening there, we don't know. No comprehension there. Because Antakarana Vrittis are not there. Manovritti is not there, Buddhi Vritti is not there. So therefore, at that point when one is at sleep, even though one is in the embrace of the tamas, Vasanamaya Kosha, there is no comprehension because the effects are absent. Only through the effect we come to know. But that's why when we wake up, we come to know Anuman. Kya Anuman ho raha hai wahan pe? Anuman ho raha hai ki maine so liya. Main so gaya. Kya Anuman se I was asleep. Ye Anuman praman hai wahan pe, right? That I might have slept. Who told you? Did anybody confirm that you slept? Yes, I had a sound sleep. Everybody heard the sound. Therefore, I am sure that I slept. All right. Very good. Now, you understand, in this context of knowing Sat and Asat, there are many layers actually. Many layers. So that's why he says in the 85, we read here, Sadasat Vivekas Sadasatva Vivekasya Prastutatvat Sachintyatam Asato Avantara Veda Astam Sattachintayatra Kim Sad Asatva Vivekasya Prastutatvat Sachintyatam Asato Vantara Veda Astam Tachintayatra Kim. While discriminating between Sad and Asat, Sad Asatva Vivekasya Prastutatvat, being that is the context here, Sachintyatam, let us look at that particular way of discriminating alone to be thought of. Asataha, of the unreal, Avantara Vedaha, there are so many subdivisions. Astam, because it's so many different layers of possibilities are there. Tat chintaya atrakyam. What is there to think about it now, about that now? Gurudev, when he was studying under Swami Tapovanam, he was very fascinated by the concept of Maya. Because what he had thought of during his life until that point, considering world as real, sorrow is real, and everything, success, failure, everything is real, and so many such things. But Vedanta has at one point pulled the carpet down below, completely pulled. Whatever concept that you have about the world completely is negated there. So one day he went to Swami Tapovanam and said, I just want to understand Maya. See, this is very fascinating to my mind. How does it work? This is very fascinating to me. I want to know. Swami Tapovanam typically, he looked at him and said, no Brahman, there is no need to spend time on Maya. Instead of spending time on understanding Maya, spend your time in knowing Brahman. Then you will understand the false nature of Maya. If you still don't analyze question about Maya, you will never go anywhere. It is like shooting in the darkness. You will never find where it goes. Instead of that, spend your time in understanding the nature of Brahman. This self-inquiry, Atma Vichar, is about मैं कौन हूँ. इसके बारे में आपको सोचना है, मैं है ही नहीं कौन। उसके बाद में विचार करने की क्या जरूरत है? What I am not, why should I worry about or even think about? See, in the na iti marge, in the process of negation, what you negate, once you know it is false, negate it. Why it is false? If you keep on asking that question, you will not go anywhere. Once you know it is not, how it appeared, why it appeared this way, then you are caught up in a quagmire. उसके लिए श्रद्धा होना चाहिए। ब्रह्म अस्ति, अस्तित्येव उपलब्धव्यः, असस्तित्येव उपलब्धस्य तत्वभाव प्रसीदति। है ऐसा मान के आप जाओ, जो whoever is going with that clear understanding, firmness that Brahman asti, to such a person tatvabhava prasidati, then that person will obtain the tattvajnana. So that's why he's saying the layers of non-existence is very minute and very elaborate also. इसके बारे में क्यों सोचना है? तच्चिन्तया अत्र किम? Tachintaya, that thinking of like that, atra, what is the purpose here? So let us understand that anything maya kritam is maya guna only will have. At various layers of that. You'll see more in the next class. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti 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 hari om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari om. Any questions?